We live in a world that tells us to be busy, to be productive, to be constantly connected. The very idea of doing nothing, of simply being bored, feels almost sacrilegious. It's something we actively avoid at all costs. But what if I told you that this constant avoidance, this relentless pursuit of stimulation, is actually silently sabotaging your happiness, draining your meaning, and making you feel more anxious than ever? In this video, we're going to dive into a counterintuitive truth. You need to be bored. We'll uncover why our brains actually crave this state, why we've learned to hate it, and most importantly, how to reclaim the incredible power of boredom to find deeper meaning and true mental well-being. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about fundamentally rewiring your relationship with your own mind. Let's explore. Part 1. The hidden power of boredom. Unlocking your brain's potential. So, what actually is boredom, beyond just having nothing to do? From a scientific perspective, it's a fascinating cognitive state. It's when our minds aren't actively engaged with an external task or stimulus. And when this happens, a remarkable part of our brain kicks into gear. It's called the default mode network. Sounds fancy, right? But it's really not. Think of the default mode network, or DMN, as your brain's internal processing unit that activates when you don't have anything else to think about. That moment you're sitting at a red light and realize you forgot your phone, that quiet spell while you're waiting for a friend, that's your DMN waking up. But here's the kicker. We really don't like it. Experiments have shown just how much we resist pure idleness. Imagine being put in a room for just 15 minutes with nothing to do except there's a button you can push to give yourself a painful electric shock. What would you do? A surprising majority of participants chose to give themselves shocks rather than sit there, bored, with nothing but their thoughts. We find boredom, even mild boredom, almost intolerable. But why? Part 2. The uncomfortable search for meaning. We resist boredom because the default mode network, while powerful, can also be mildly uncomfortable. When your mind isn't focused on cat videos or your to-do list, it starts to wander. And where does it wander? To the big questions, the existential questions. What does my life mean? What's my purpose? Am I on the right path? These are huge, sometimes unsettling questions that can be hard to wrap your mind around. And here's where we hit a significant modern crisis. We're seeing an explosion of depression and anxiety in our society today, far more than in previous generations. There's tons of data showing this. And one of the biggest reasons, people don't know the meaning of their lives. And crucially, we're not even looking for it. Part 3. The meaning drain. How constant stimulation kills our purpose. Why aren't we looking? Because we've figured out a way to eliminate boredom, almost completely. We've effectively managed to shut off our default mode network. And the answer is that little glowing rectangle in your pocket. Every time you have even 15 seconds to spare, waiting for a light to change, standing in line, a brief lull in a conversation, out comes the phone. You're actually trying to not be bored because that DMN is mildly uncomfortable. It's sending you to those challenging questions that you can't easily get your mind around. And that, my friends, is a huge problem. It's a doom loop of meaning. If every time you're slightly bored, you pull out your phone, it's going to get harder and harder for you to find meaning, to connect with your deeper self, and to explore your life's purpose. And that, in turn, is a direct recipe for the depression, anxiety, and sense of hollowness that are all skyrocketing today. Part 4. The prescription. Deliberately embrace boredom. I get it, you don't want to be bored, but here's the truth. You need to be bored. It's time to intentionally reintroduce periods of boredom into your life, and watch what happens. Tomorrow, when you go to the gym, leave your phone behind. Can you handle it? Not listening to a podcast or music while you're working out? Just being in your head. I promise you, you'll have your most interesting ideas, your clearest thoughts while you're working out without devices. It's probably been a long time since you've done that. Try commuting with nothing, not even the radio. Can you do that? Start getting better at periods that are 15 minutes or longer of pure, intentional boredom, and watch your life change. Number 1, you'll find yourself less bored with the ordinary things in your life. If you get better at the skill of boredom, you'll be less bored with your job. You'll be less bored with your relationships. You'll be less bored with the things that are going on around you. But more importantly, you'll start digging into the biggest questions in your life: purpose, meaning, coherence, significance. And who knows, you might just get happier.
Part 5. Personal Protocols for Reclaiming Your Mind.
Now, how can you practically start fighting this pervasive problem? Here are some simple yet powerful protocols to reclaim your mind. Number 1, no devices after a certain time. Try setting a hard stop, say 7 p.m. No phones, no tablets, no screens. Number 2, keep your phone out of the bedroom. Don't sleep with it. The bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest and connection, not digital stimulation. Number 3, device-free meals. Whether you're alone or with family, make meals a no-phone zone. Be present with your food, your thoughts, or your loved ones. You're there for each other, not for people who aren't there. Number 4, regular screen cleanses. Schedule short digital fasts, a few hours, a half day, a full day. At first, it'll feel like children screaming in your head. That's dopamine craving its hit. But it calms down. You'll feel blessed by the end, reminded that your life doesn't have to revolve around these devices. Part 6, dispelling excuses and a final call. Now, some of you are worrying, but what if I miss something? What about emergencies? Well, phones can do that, by the way. You can set them so only 1 or 2 specific numbers can reach you in an emergency. If you don't know how, ask your kid. But don't use emergencies as an excuse for constant scrolling. Seriously, what's going on Twitter? That's not an emergency. The news can wait. Your grandparents didn't know what was going on every single second in Washington, D.C. You're killing yourself with this constant consumption. It's genuinely bad for you. So let me say it straight to you and to my own kids. Put down your phones. You need more meaning in your life. And so do I. Embracing boredom isn't easy. It requires discipline, self-awareness, and a willingness to sit with discomfort. But it's a critical step towards finding profound meaning, reducing anxiety, and ultimately building a truly happy and fulfilling life. Pick one protocol from this video, just one. Start tomorrow and watch your life change. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights on personal growth and well-being, and share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Let me know in the comments below, which of these habits will you try first to reclaim your boredom?